Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. So now we are learning about the concept of that is nothing but the Anglar unit testing. So we are learning about this components concept, right? For example, let's say that when you are having these templates, let's say that if we try to understand about the component which has an external files in the Anglar. So like template URL and style URL. In Anglar, normally the components are the building blocks of an application. So that's we already know about this one. Not only the Anglar, in React and Vue also components are the building blocks. Each component has an HTML template, CSS styles and also the TypeScript class. So these are the three things which you will be having. That is nothing but HTML template, CSS and also TypeScript class. So there are two ways to define a component. One is inline templates and the style. Everything is inside this component directory only. So you can write the HTML here itself instead of referencing the file. The HTML and CSS are written as strings inside the HTML and the styles properties. So that's the one thing. So something like it should look like this. So I will try to copy and here I will paste this one so that you can able to understand. So like this, the template, inline template, welcome like this, and the styles if you want you can add it like this. And the second way in which you can mention the component is the external template and the styles. So that is nothing but instead of writing the HTML CSS inside the component, we link to separate files using template URL and also the style URLs. So here we have used the style URL. If you are having multiple bins, you need to use the style URLs with a array of file names. So that's one thing. So now here we are having this one, right? So let's try to take some simple example. So nothing but so here you are having a hero detail or banner component, whichever it may be. So you are trying to take it. Now when you are trying to test this one, so we have an issue with testing the external files. So when you are trying to test this one, so we will have a little bit of issue, so which I want to address it right now. So right now we don't have any issue. Why? Because we are compiling or we are testing it through the CLI. So when you are trying to test it with a non-CLI environment means, then we will be having a little bit issue. When you run tests in Anglar, the test framework needs to compile the component before running the test. So that's a common thing. So for example, let's say that we are having a banner component.spec.tsfile. So when you run the test in Anglar, first what it has to do, the testing framework needs to compile the components. It needs to compile this component banner component.ts file. So before running these all the tests. So these all the tests before running it needs to compile the component. If the component has an external template or a CSS file, it won't be compiled automatically in some environments like Plunker. So you will be able to see a Plunker online editor or something like that. So those type of editors, so it will not be compiled automatically. So you will be able to get this type of error. So here I will try to show you that error. So you will be able to get this type of error. This test module uses the component banner component, which is using a template URL and style URLs, but they were never compiled. Please call testbed.compile components before you test it. So it will give you this type of error. So when you are coming across this type of error, so we should not call something like which we are trying to use the testbed configure and testing module. So we cannot call it. So we should be calling the compile components to fix this type of issue. When you are coming across this type of issue, to fix this type of issue, you need to explicitly compile the component before running the test. So here is an example how to write a unit test for the banner component. So here we are having it. Let's say fixture PHTML element, these all things we are having. So here you need to use an async. Okay. So you need to use an async, and here you need to use a await, and here we need to use the compile components dot compile components. That's it. So here we need to use it. That's it. Finish. Ensures external template and the styles are compiled. So by using this one. So now why call these compile components? Compile components ensure that the external template and the styles are compiled before the test runs. If you don't use the external files, you don't need to call these compile components. If you are having an external files like this template URL and style URL means, then it's better if you use compile components when you are running the test in a non-CLI mode like online editors or anything. So this is what you will be trying to see. So in summary, what I want to tell you is before closing of this one, components can have inline or external template styles. Inline templates are simpler but can get messy for large components. External templates are better for maintainability but need explicitly compilation in tests. In test environment, compile components ensures external files are compiled before testing. So these are the key concepts which you need to remember. That's it guys about this one. So compile components which I was trying to tell you. So let's try to see whether it has been compiled or not. So it has been discontinued. Okay, so let's try to open, and I will be refreshing this one. Let's see, reload and see. Let's reload and see. Here everything got passed. So but here compile components, we have used it like this, right? So that's why this is also correct way we can use it. But if you are using CLI mode, means there is no need to provide this compile components, async await, and all those things are not needed. That's it guys about this one. Whenever you are using online editors like Plunker, so you will be able to know about this Plunker. So something like let's say Plunker, so PLUNKER or KR I think. So when you are using this type of help you or Plunker means, so then you should compulsorily use this compile components. Maybe on not only the Plunker, the online editors also it will not support. If you are getting this type of error means, so then you need to call the compile components, and the way how you need to call the compile components is nothing. In the before each you need to use the async and await, and you need to use the compile components. That's it. The issue will be solved. That's it guys about this one. So if you hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.